Greetings, fellow Tingle Seekers. This is your good friend Tinglesaurus Rex. I know it's been a while. yeah, it's been really hectic the past few years. There have been some catastrophes in my personal life. In my personal life and in my life that I've had to deal with that have made doing much of anything nigh unto impossible. I've wanted to. I've been working on a bunch of ideas and nothing ever comes to fruition because you know how that goes. The best laid plans of mice and men, what do they amount to? Nothing really. Because that's all they are, plans really. As until you set forth on them, they're just ideas. Ever since Departures 2 came out, when I was inspired by what those two ladies did, which was phenomenal, I've had an idea brewing in my brain, and I thought, I've got to get this done. So I was trying to build practical sets and work with green screen to do compositing, and I didn't really have the budget for that because what I wanted to build was just way too impractical. So then I thought, well, I'll just do everything green screen, compositing. But with everything that I'm doing, I don't really have the time to devote learning to do any of the graphics and whatnot. I mean, just learning to do the compositing is going to take time. I still haven't learned how to do the compositing myself. I'm going to be working with a friend who does that. So in a way, I suppose that's touching on my real and professional life, which I don't like to talk about. I allude to it on Facebook, which I really shouldn't do. I like to keep them separate, just for the sake of the privacy. I like to say the privacy that way. Excuse me. Plus, getting bronchitis 6 times throughout the course of 2015 makes it very difficult to do anything when it comes to speaking. And my strong suit for ASMR is definitely my voice. I'm not a whisperer. I'm a soft speaker. I've tried whispering. It doesn't really work for me. There are plenty of people out there who can whisper, and I highly recommend them to you. You know how to find them, so go to it. I'm a soft speaker. People come to me because they want to hear me speak softly. Come softly. So anyway, and having a screaming toddler in the background is not very good for ASMR. And that's how it's been for a long time. Plus, having construction going on in my dwelling has really put a cramp on things. I didn't have anywhere that I could really sit and record. And being mildly agoraphobic, it's a long story. I know someone like me, I look like I would break people in half, but even we can be agoraphobic. So not wanting to leave the house very much. I'm not comfortable shooting outside. I like to be in a very controlled environment when I do this, so I can control the sound as much as possible. So by the time, I've taken care of my son throughout the day and put him to bed, I'm just shagged and fagged. I mean, I'm ready to be, even if I can't sleep, I am just not, I can't be arsed to do it. I really can't. I'm just, I'm well knackered and I can't do it. So I just end up sitting around doing nothing because that's what I do, I'm just beat. Not beaten, although sometimes I am beaten as well, but I'm just beat. I have absolutely no energy, and it's hard to produce anything in that state. And I've recently, it was in November, and I'm still recovering from shoulder surgery. So I'm constantly, my pain doesn't get below level 8. There was severe damage that was corrected in my shoulder. So I'm either in intense pain or on heavy painkillers. And in order for the painkillers to continue working, I have to decide when to take them. So it makes for some very interesting days and nights. So as you can imagine, I've not been too keen on making any videos or audio recordings, as it were. That being said, I have been doing some side projects. If you can find me, then congratulations. Don't tell anyone else, because I'd like to keep the two separate. But those of you who have made the connection between the two, then I welcome you to both. But please respect my privacy, because I do like to keep the two separate. But I don't begrudge anyone who has made a connection between the two. If you ask, I won't tell. But if you make the connection, I will confirm. That's all I'll say. Now you cheeky little monkeys are so curious, aren't you? You want to know, don't you? I won't tell you. As for what's coming up, I am going to do that project that I've wanted to do. I want to introduce my new character, because I've been wanting to introduce him for a couple of years now. So to me, he's hardly new, but to you folks, he'll be brand spanking new. And I think you'll like him. I'm still working on the characterization because he's still in my head. He's still just a concept in my head. I'm working on a Star Wars bit. I've worked out the Kylo Ren vocal effect. I'm still trying to work on, as I did that for a client who wanted something done with Kylo Ren, very specific. But I'm still working on some Force sounds. And I decided that for my ASMR, I'm going to shy away from using Kylo Ren himself and go with more of a Knights of Ren Inquisitor, because I can go with my own characterization. So you can imagine this voice with the Kylo Ren vocal effect. So it can be a bit more fun. Of course, a lot of people like just that voice by itself. Something about how sinister it is. And they like the gravelly, growly quality of the voice. Personally, I feel it's over the top and cheesy, but I've gotten quite a few requests for it elsewhere. So, now if you have any requests, I will gladly take them into consideration, but I make no promises, as I'm still quite busy trying to get everything organized and set up around here. But I do like to fulfill requests, and as I get back on my feet, I would like to satisfy my audience in any way possible. So please don't be shy. Send a comment or a private message or contact me on Facebook. The information is found. You know where to find it. Or you can post a video reply, leaving a link in the comment. Thank you for listening. Keep seeking those tingles.